This short video will introduce you to the Guided Action Plan resource bundle. In this video, we will describe what a guided action plan is, how they might be used in practice-based coaching, and the resources that are included in this bundle. We will also offer some considerations and tips for using these materials. Guided action plans were designed to be used when implementing practice-based coaching to support educators to use pyramid model practices. They provide a template for an action plan for the coach and practitioner to review and adapt as they engage in action planning. Guided action plans were developed to make action planning process a little easier for everyone. While this resource focuses on shared goals and action planning, let's walk through how the guided action plans are part of the PBC framework. Coaches and practitioners build on the collaborative partnership by selecting goals together based on the individual needs of the practitioner. The strengths and needs assessment process is a pivotal part of developing shared goals. Many coaches use the pyramid model practices implementation checklist as a strengths and needs assessment at the beginning of coaching and might even refer back to the completed checklist when it's time to develop a new goal and action plan. Once a practitioner and coach have identified the pyramid model practice to focus on, the guided action plan can be a tool to develop and customize the plan together. The practitioner and the coach will fill in the blanks of the action plan based on the needs of the practitioner, class, or an individual child. Together, the practitioner and coach identify action steps and resources needed to implement the goal in the classroom. Guided action plans should be adapted to fit the individual needs of the practitioner. They are designed to be modified to ensure they are a good fit for the needs of the practitioner, the children being supported, and the learning environment. Once the practitioner and coach have customized their guided action plan, the coach conducts a focused observation on the goal and steps identified in the plan. After the focused observation, the coach and the practitioner meet for reflection and feedback. The coach and the practitioner will determine if it's time to work on a new goal and develop a new action plan. Here is one of the guided action plans. Guided action plans are customizable word templates that give coaches and practitioners ideas as they collaboratively write goals for pyramid model implementation. This resource guides coaches and practitioners in developing an action plan. Each guided action plan template includes important planning considerations related to specific pyramid model practices. These templates are only guides. We encourage users to individualize the plan to meet the diverse needs of practitioners, children, and families. We have intentionally left these documents in an unlocked Word format so they may be modified as needed by coach and practitioner while writing their goal and action plan. The key components of the guided action plan are similar to those of a traditional action plan, but adjusted to be more supportive of the coach and practitioner. First is the goal statement. The goal statement includes a pyramid model practice the practitioner and coach decide they want to target. Next, the expected child outcomes. This part of the action plan was a new addition, but helpful for two reasons. One, we found that many practitioners first identify what they want to work on based on what they want children or a child to learn. By adding this component, we identified what children would be learning if the practitioner was implementing the practice with fidelity. And two, it's another way to measure progress. Although the coach observes what the practitioner is doing, they also observe how children are responding to the practitioner's implementation. If children are not responding to the practitioner's implementation of the goal, it might mean the goal should be adjusted. Then we have the planning section to support the practitioner to think about all the details to be prepared for implementing the pyramid model practice in the context, as well as timelines for implementation to help practitioners and coaches think about when they will implement the steps. The implementation section focuses on what the practitioner will do. And the last section is the goal achievement statement, or how we will measure if the practitioner is ready to move their goal to maintenance. The word maintenance is used intentionally to remind practitioners to continue to implement their goals even after they moved on to another goal. Guided action plans were created as a resource for coaches. Here are some of the benefits coaches have shared from using guided action plans. Saving time. Using a guided action plan can save time. Coaches and practitioners can begin with the guided action plan and customize it to fit the needs of the practitioner that they're working with instead of spending time focusing on wordsmithing the action plan to make the practices observable and measurable. Support for coaches. We have found that as coaches are learning to use PBC and learning about the pyramid model practices, they might need a little bit more support to write a goal and action plan that guides the practitioner to focus on the how of implementation instead of spending time creating materials. Coaches have shared that this tool has helped them to navigate the action planning process more confidently. Focusing on deepening implementation. Guided action plans help coaches and practitioners focus on deepening their implementation since much of the planning is built into this template. This can help support practitioners plan with their coach and begin implementation more quickly. This new resource bundle includes an at-a-glance document that guides the coach through how to use this document, frequently asked questions, tips for how to use, and a menu of the guided action plans that are included in this bundle. There are 15 customizable action plan forms. There are 5 sample plans that have been completed to serve as an example of what a plan might look like when completed. These samples are only examples. There's also a blank action plan in case the action plan included doesn't meet the needs of the practitioner or you just want to make your own. And there's an individualization planning form in case the space provided in the guided action plan isn't enough for the number of children you need to individualize for. For example, if you work in a blended classroom and have multiple children to individualize a certain practice for, you can use the individualization planning form for more space. We would be remiss if we didn't point out the possible limitations of using these guided action plans. If used incorrectly, a coach might rely on these too much instead of encouraging practitioner input. Remember that action planning should be a collaborative process between the coach and practitioner. Visually, there is a lot of text and might be intimidating. Make these plans your own. You can highlight, bold, mark up to indicate current priorities, or delete parts that aren't applicable. Some action plans have steps which might not be appropriate for the practitioner you are coaching. Consider deleting steps that aren't a priority and feel free to add them in as the practitioner deepens their implementation. We hope that you enjoyed these resources.